We just got to our hotel room.
And
first things first.
Essentials.
Syrup.
Her bag weighed 54 pounds, but she
and cinnamon
made sure to
and
bring.
Raisins, but they're already over there.
She made sure to bring her syrup. We just got to Madison. It is Sunday. We had a really smooth trip here, and we just got a ski erg delivered to our room because Christy wants to get a little bit of workout in.
We gotta flush out the travel. My hips are tight.
We got a great hotel room. If you guys see, we got a sweet picture of Christy above her bed. It's pretty badass. And our hotel this year is actually more or less connected to the venue. So looking out our window, we got the parking lot to the CrossFit Games, and you guys can't quite see it from here. I'll see if I can zoom in, but we can literally see everybody as they walk in, which is pretty cool.
We just finished our ski erg workout and I feel a lot better. So traveling is always, it's challenging because you're kind of out of your routine, you're in a pressurized cabin, you're around lots of people, it feels very stressful, you're lugging all these heavy suitcases, so you can be very tense. So this morning I hit a bike erg workout and then I packed my food, which Pat was giving me the hardest time about on the plane, because I packed jasmine rice, about 180 grams, 4 ounces of chicken with steamed broccoli, onions and garlic. And I opened it because we almost missed our flight. We were both programming and working. We didn't even hear it called. So I started to realize that there wasn't very many people in the terminal. And so we went running up and we made our first flight by 4 minutes before they closed the door because we were too into our work. But we got on the flight and I got my lunch out and Pat was giving me the funniest looks because apparently I smelled up the entire plane. It wasn't a very big plane. But I think when you travel, it's always important just to try to find healthy options. And so for me, instead of worrying about how much salt or fat or whatever's in the food and stuff that I'm not used to eating, I just packed my own lunch. We had a pretty smooth layover and then we made it to Madison. First things first, we did our ski erg workout. I like that because it just kind of moves you around a little bit when you've just been sitting in a cramped little space all day, and it kind of just helps release stress and release good endorphins. And now I'm gonna go through my Go WOD mobility routine. So leading up to the games, we're Sunday night, these next few days are really focused on good quality nutrition. So trying to eat as many normal foods that I would eat at home as possible. So we already went to the store. I'll have my Rosie Joe meals, which is amazing. So those get delivered this evening. That's what I'll have for dinner. And then just focusing on mobility and making the body feel good, but also doing some heart rate stuff, not being afraid to get the heart rate up and sweat a little bit these next 2 days. And we should start to learn more tomorrow night at the athlete dinner, which is Monday night. So now that I've got the flushing and my heart rate up a little bit, now that that's all done, I'm gonna go through my Go WOD daily protocol. I love this app because I can just pull it up anywhere. I just need a little bit of space and it's gonna tell me exactly what to do. Today I am gonna go through a full body routine just because I feel like I was stuck on the plane like this. My hips are tight, my shoulders tight, my back's tight, everything's tight. So we're just gonna stretch it all. Then I will go through this probably tomorrow morning and tomorrow night again and just really focus on getting my body feeling back to normal, even though we didn't have a super long travel day. It probably took us a total of 5 to 5.5 hours to get here, which isn't terrible. So let's get started. I'm gonna take you all through a few of my favorite stretches. Stretch number 1 is going to be focused on opening up my pecs. You can do this on a wall, so placing your shoulder to the wall and your palm and rolling completely away, feeling it all down the front of your shoulder. I'm actually going to choose to go on the floor today. So I'm just going to come down, extend my arm out, and then let my head drop. And here I'm not really thinking about my hips as much as I am about my front shoulder pressing through the ground, and I have this nice stretch through my chest and my pecs. It feels so good because I feel like I probably was sitting in a rounded position staring at my computer hunched over in the airplane chair for about 5 hours. So I'm gonna hold this stretch for 1 minute per side. Again, if you don't like this stretch on the floor because of your back, you can do this exact same modification on the wall. Okay, the next stretch is just for your quad. This is one that I have been doing, my hair's probably crazy right now, sorry. I've been doing a ton of this because I was starting to feel with lots of wall balls and thrusters and running and all sorts of things that my knees were starting to get really achy. And as soon as I take my focus into rolling and smashing out my knees and then spending 2 minutes in this exact position, my knees start to feel a lot better. So if you have aching knees and you sit a lot throughout the day, something I would highly recommend is hitting this stretch. Biggest thing here, the closer your knee is to the wall or the couch, the more intense it's gonna be. The second thing, we wanna make sure we're not pushing our hips back towards our heels, but that we are thinking about having a belt buckle, continuing our belt buckle pulled up, and then gently pushing forward, and you should feel that all the way down. I'm gonna hold this stretch for 2 minutes per side, and again, this is one that has really helped my knees. I don't know about you guys, but the first thing Pat and I do when we come into a hotel room is run to the thermostat and turn it down. Right now we have both thermostats set on 64, and I'm in a spandex and a sports bra. Next, I'm gonna go into a simple forward fold. I think the forward fold's really overlooked. It's gonna work my lower back and the entire back side of my body. So I'm gonna hold this for 2 minutes, and all I'm gonna do is keeping my legs nice and straight. I'm gonna think about kind of trying to grab my toes and even letting my back roll just a little bit. And then I'm gonna relax. Ideally, by the end of the 2 minutes, my chest will be closer to my thighs and my hamstrings will start to let go. I kind of like to rock side to side, just thinking about like spreading your sit bones a little bit, just to try to get some nice, good hamstring mobility or hamstring release. All right, the last one I'm gonna do is for my hips. So I'm just gonna plant one hand. I'm gonna come into a nice long lunge, and I'm actually gonna let my chest come forward. I'm gonna roll to the outside of my foot and place my hand on my knee, and then I'm gonna let my chest shift towards that front knee. So you're gonna feel this all in the outside of, actually it's the front hip. So just kind of shifting, and I'm gonna hold 1 minute per side. So good. So you should be feeling that right in the hip capsule. Not a lot of pressure on the foot, just a little bit. I even get it a little bit in my back hip flexor as well, which is really nice. Nothing should ever hurt. When you are doing these stretches, there's a difference between pain and a good stretch feeling. If you're feeling pain, don't do that. Do something else. We don't want to feel pain while we're stretching. It may be uncomfortable. There's a big difference between the two. Whether I'm traveling to compete at the CrossFit Games or I'm traveling with my family to go on a ski vacation, these are a few of the things that I love to make routine, and it makes travel go so much easier. The other things I recommend, I bring a sleep mask and I bring noise canceling headphones, so that way if it is noisy, you can get a good night's sleep, which will hopefully start your next day off really well. But these stretches, you guys should definitely give them a try. Work them into your daily routine. Open up your quads if your knees are achy. Make sure you work on your hips. Open up your chest and just kind of hit your whole body, and it'll make you feel like a new person. The rest of the night, I'm just gonna wind down. I'm gonna have some Rosie Joe meals, probably some rice and some chicken and some broccoli, who knows, maybe some stir-fried chicken, and just kind of lay low tonight, start to get into a routine here, start to get adjusted to the time zone, hopefully get a really good night's sleep, and be all prepped and ready for check-in tomorrow. I'm so excited to share this journey with you guys, and if you want to see more behind the scenes stuff, don't forget to subscribe, smash the like button, because we'll try to deliver content all week long. Have a great day, guys.
When I'm walking the streets, I know you're feeling the heat. Believe me,